Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Fancy Stitches and my name is Wachko Mercy. In today's video tutorial, I'll be sharing with you all how I made this trendy keyhole dress with bags, hem and puffy sleeves. It's a simple video tutorial and all you have to do is watch till the end as to learn more, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Like, comment and share with your friends. And if you have any question, do well to drop it on the comment sections. Also turn on your notification bell to get more of my videos. So guys, let's get into it. So guys, to start up with this tutorial, I'll first of all cut for the back pattern of this dress before cutting for the front pattern. Okay, I didn't give any zipper allowance because while cutting on my fabric I will give zipper allowance of 1.5 inch. Okay, so guys, to mark for my shoulder line, my shoulder measurement of 16 inches divided by 2 is going to give me 8 inches, but I will be adding half an inch here, making it 8.5 inches. Okay, then from my marked point I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and from my shoulder slope point I'll come down again by 8 inches for my armhole length. For my back neckline width, I'll be making use of 4 inches, and for the length, I'll be making use of 1.5 inches. I used my curve ruler to cut for my neckline and also slants for my shoulder slope. Then to cut for my armhole, I'm going to divide my bust circumference by 4. So my bust circumference of 36 inches divided by 4 is going to give me 9 inches. Okay, so I'll mark 9 inches here, then add 1.5 inch hemming allowance. I'll also go ahead and use my curve ruler to correct my mark points. Then the next thing is to take our basic body measurements. Okay, so for my bust circumference, coming over to my bust line, my bust circumference of 36 inches divided by 4 is going to give me 9 inches. This is my 9 inches point. Then I'll add 1.5 inch hemming allowance to it. Coming over to my waistline, my waist circumference of 30 inches divided by 4 is going to give me 7.5 inch. Then I'll also add 1.5 inch for my hemming allowance. Then coming over to my hip line, my hip circumference of 38 inches divided by 4 is going to give me 9.5 inches. Then I'll add 1.5 inch for my hemming allowance. Okay, then I'll go ahead and connect this my marked points together. Then to create for my back's effect at the hemline of my dress, okay, coming over to my hip line, I'm going to come down by 3 inches. Okay, 3 inches, which is here. Then I'll extend this line up to my 3 inches point, or before extending my line, I will retake my hip measurement at this point here. So which is 38 divided by 4 is going to 38 inches divided by 4 is going to give me 9.5. Then add 1.5 inch for my hemming allowance. You can see this is exactly where I marked my point. So I'm going to extend this my line to this point here. Okay, then to determine the back's effect length, okay, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to place my tape from my hemline or my hip line. I'm going to measure 8 inches. Okay, you can as well make your 6 inches, 7 inches, it depends on your choice. Okay, so I'll be making mine 8 inches. Okay, which is this point here. Then I'm going to use my curve ruler to connect it. Okay, after that, the next thing to mark here is our dart. Okay, coming over to my waistline, I'm going to divide my nipple to nipple measurement. My nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches. Divided by 2 is going to give me 4 inches. So I'll mark my 4 inches point here. Okay, then from my marked point, I'll go up by 4 inches, which is this point here. Then come down by 4 inches again, which is 8 inches length. Okay, then I'm going to connect a straight line to my marked point. Then from each side of my dart leg, I will take out half an inch from each side. Okay, then connect it this way. So this is it for our dart. Okay, I'll cut this out now. Okay, so guys, after cutting, this is what I have. Okay, this is for our back pattern. Okay, so guys, as you can see, I'm gonna head to place my pattern paper on top of my fabric as to trace out my pattern on it. And for my zipper allowance, I gave about 1.5 inch for my zipper allowance, and I also folded my fabric using the stretchy part. After that, I went ahead to cut it out. So guys, don't forget to hit on the subscription button, subscribe to this channel, like, comment and share with your friends. And if you have any question, you can drop that at the comment section. Okay, after cutting for my back pattern, if I open it up, this is what I'm going to have. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut for the front pattern. So guys, to cut for the front pattern, remember I told you guys that I'll be using the same pattern paper to cut for the back and for the front at the same time. Okay, so for the front pattern paper, the only thing we have to do here is to lower our neckline and cut for our keyhole. And to do that, for my front neckline, I'll be coming down by 3 inches. Okay, for my front neckline, I'll be coming down by 3 inches, which is, you subtract, while marking for your neckline, you subtract the 1.5 inch for the back neckline. Then from the subtracted line, you come down by 3 inches, which is what I'm doing here. I'll mark my 3 inches. Okay, then I'll use my curve ruler to curve for my front neckline. To mark for our keyhole, from my shoulder line, my shoulder point here, I'm going to come down by 5 inches, which is this point here. Then draw a straight line across my marked point. Here is where you determine the kind of keyhole you want your dress to have. Okay, for the width of my keyhole, I want it 5 inches, which is 5 inches width. Then for the length of my keyhole, I want it 2.5 inches. Okay, 2.5 inches, which is here. So I'm going to curve for my keyhole. I'm going to cut out this and this. Okay, the next thing is, from our armhole, I'm going to come in by 1/2 inch. Okay, just move in by 1/2 inch, which is here. Then also curve for your armhole. Okay, so I'm also going to cut this out. Okay, so guys, if I'm to open it up, this is what I will have for my keyhole. Okay, so I'm also going to cut this out on my fabric. Okay, I also went ahead to trace and cut out for my front pattern. So guys, after cutting, this is what I have. So guys, to cut for my sleeve, I've gone ahead to fold my fabric, okay? And my fabric on fold is 11 inches. The width of my fabric on fold is 11 inches. Then the length of my sleeve is 24 inches. Then I will add 1 inch for my hemming allowance, which will make it 25 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark my 25 inches length. Because this is a puffy sleeve, okay, my sleeve circumference, round sleeve circumference is 12 inches divided by 2 is going to give me 6 inches, okay? But I won't be marking 6 inches because this is a puffy sleeve. So I'll first of all mark 4 inches, okay? Mark my 4 inches. Then from my 4 inches point, I'll then mark 6 inches, okay? Which is this point here, okay? And from my marked point, I'll come down by 6 inches and mark my point. Then from this my marked point, I will measure out 1.5 inch, okay? Then I'm going to connect it from this point here, okay? So I gave 4 inches allowance for my puffy sleeve, okay, to create my gathers for my puffy sleeve. Then from the marked point, I curved my armhole for my sleeve. Then I'm going to use freehand to connect it this way, okay? This is a puffy sleeve and it doesn't need a fitted allowance, a fitted sleeve. So I'm just going to cut it along with this, okay? What is important is the armhole of my sleeve. So I'm going to cut this out now, okay? It's going to have elastic at the hem of my sleeve, which is this area. It's going to have an elastic, so I'm just going to cut along for my puffy sleeve, okay? So guys, this is it for my puffy sleeve, okay? This is how to cut a basic puffy sleeve. So guys, here I went ahead to arrange my fabric as to cut for my interfacing for the front pattern. I also went ahead to trace out my neckline and my keyhole. And after that, I used my scissors to cut it out. Then I stitched along my neckline together with the interfacing. After that, I went ahead to trim out the excesses on my keyhole. So guys, to turn up your keyhole, okay, this is how you are going to do that. First of all, notch the midline, the midpoint or the center of your keyhole. Use your scissors and notch it, okay? So that you can be able to identify the center, okay? Then after doing that, just flip your dress over like this, then join this to this, okay? Join your interfacing to your dress. You can see what I'm doing. Then use your pins to hold it together, okay? So guys, I'm going to take this to my sewing machine, then stitch round, okay, round my keyhole, okay, up to this extent here. Okay, just this way. If you do it this way, you get a very nice result, okay? So guys, here I'm done with fixing of my keyhole. You can see how beautiful and neat it really came out, okay? So guys, as you can see, I've gone ahead to fix both my zipper and my darts, okay? And what I'm actually doing here is I'm trimming out the excesses as to retake my measurement for my shaping, okay? So guys, to mark my shaping, coming over to my bust line, okay, my bust divided by 4 by 2 is going to give me 18 inches, which is here. So I'm going to divide what I have here. What I have here is 2 inches, so I'll be marking 1 inch this side and 1 inch this side. Okay, then to the waist, my waist circumference divided by 2 is going to give me 15 inches, which is here. Okay, so I'm going to divide what I have here, which is 2.2 inches. So what I will be marking here is 1.1. So I'll mark 1.1 here and mark 1.1 here. Then to my hip, okay, my hip circumference divided by 2 is going to give me 19 inches, so which is here. So I'm going to also divide what I have here, which is 3.2 inches. So what I'll be marking here is 1.6 inches, which is here, and 1.6 inches here too. Okay, so I'm going to connect it. So I'll be stitching along this line. Okay, so let me take this now to my sewing machine and stitch along it. So guys, after shaping the side hem of my dress, I'll be fixing my sleeves. Okay, and to do that, I'm going to get the midpoint of my sleeve. So this marked area is the midpoint of my sleeve, so I'll be fixing it to my sleeve, to the shoulder, this way. So guys, after pinning it up, this is what I'm going to have for my sleeve. Okay, and I'm going to run stitches, okay, around my armhole. Then after that, I'll fix my elastic. Okay, so I'm going to fix my elastic to the hem of my sleeve, which is here, and my elastic is about 7 inches length. Okay, so guys, this is how to fix your puffy sleeve. Okay, so I'm going to, after stitching around my armhole, I'm going to stitch to meet to this where I stopped at the side hem of my dress. Okay, so for the other side, I will be doing it off camera. So guys, after I'm done with fixing of my puffy sleeve, I went ahead to trim out the excesses on my dress. Okay, just the way you see me doing it here in this video. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like, comment and share with your friends. Okay, finally guys, this is my end result. You can see how neat and beautiful my keyhole dress came out. So if you love this video, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like, comment and share with your friends, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell to get notified each time I upload a new video. Thank you all for watching, and see you on my next video tutorial. Bye.